How Internet travels across oceans. Around 7,50,000 kilometers of cable have been laid across the oceans between the continents as a direct result of the astonishingly insatiable need for communication and entertainment that exists today. Companies will typically pool their resources in order to collaborate on projects involving underwater cable networks. These networks serve a purpose analogous to that of a highway, and all of the participating companies will be able to use them. Google, on the other hand, has dedicated to forge its own path and is in the process of developing a project that will be the pioneering effort of its kind to connect Chile and the United States. The largest data center that the corporation maintains in Latin America may be found in Chile. Here, in this video, we will talk about how Internet travels across oceans. The video is going to be very interesting, so make sure you stick till the end. Before we continue our video, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to never miss any of our future uploads. Now let's get started. The Internet is made up of countless little pieces of code that go all over the world on cables that are no thicker than a single strand of human hair and are strung at the bottom of the ocean. Although the majority of us today use the Internet mostly through Wi-Fi and the data plans on our mobile phones, such systems finally join up with real cables that quickly convey the information across countries and seas. The cables go through high-speed mills the size of jet engines during the production process. This wraps the wire in a copper casing that transmits electricity through the line to keep the data moving. Plastic, steel, and tar may be put to the cable at a later stage, depending on where it will be positioned, to assist it in withstanding the unpredictability of the ocean environment. When everything is said and done, the wires will be about the thickness of a standard garden hose. People think that data is in the cloud, but it's not, said Jane Stowell, who oversees construction of Google's undersea cable projects. It's in the ocean. Getting it there is an exacting and time-intensive process. A 456-foot ship named Durable will eventually deliver the cable to the sea. But first, the cable is assembled inside a sprawling factory a few hundred yards away. According to information obtained from Google, a large underwater network of cables crisscrossing the ocean makes it feasible to send and receive information around the world at the speed of light. These lines are strung together by optical fiber, which is employed in the construction process. Thousands of kilometers of undersea cables. More than 150 years ago, work on laying cables across the Atlantic Ocean to support the expansion of the telegraph network began. At the tail end of the 20th century, the adoption of fiber optics brought about a genuine revolution in the use of this kind of cable. This change was brought about by the deployment of fiber optics. According to Bobus, today they stretch all across the globe and connect continents that are physically separated by huge stretches of the ocean floor. It has been estimated that there are around 420 undersea cables around the world, with a combined length of approximately 1.3 million kilometers. On some interactive maps, all of the undersea cables that have been laid down in various locations across the world are shown. One website that offers information on when each cable began sending data, its length, and the companies who own it is the Submarine Cable Map. According to Bobus, just southern Europe possesses connections with 45 underwater cables, 10 of which connect to Spain and 9 of which connect to Portugal, and another 6 of which are currently in the process of being deployed. The expert notes that one half of these newly installed cables will also reach the peninsula. For instance, the one that is currently being set up by Google and is known as Grace Hopper will establish a connection between the United States of America, the United Kingdom, and Spain. How a cable gets laid. According to Clatterbuck of Seacom, the process of laying a cable takes years and costs millions of dollars. To find the optimal route, the process starts by looking over naval charts. Deep water is the safest place for cables because there, they can rest on a reasonably flat seabed without bumping into rocks or being in danger of other disturbances. Clatterbuck remarked, "The deeper, the better." Problems are infrequent when the cable can be laid down in deep water. It sinks to the seafloor and remains there forever. The closer you get to the shore, the harder things get. When a cable, only a few centimeters thick at the ocean's bottom, reaches the landing station connecting it to the nation's internet backbone, it must be protected from its surroundings. Imagine a long garden hose with tiny tubes within that contain a couple of really thin fibers, suggested Clatterbuck. That hose is covered in copper, which carries the direct current, often up to 10,000 volts, that powers the cable and its repeaters. He explained that the fibers were first wrapped in urethane, then in copper, and finally in urethane once more. You're now going to have to armor coat that cable so no one can hack through it. The man said, if we're going to have to put that cable on a shoreline that is very shallow and has a lot of rocks. To prevent breaking, cables in hostile environments may be much thicker than garden hoses and covered in additional plastic, Kevlar armor plating, and stainless steel. In order to tuck the cable away and prevent it from being damaged by rocks, cable companies may also need to construct concrete trenches far offshore, depending on the coast. According to Microsoft, which founded the project with Facebook, the 6,600-kilometer Maria cable weighs more than 4.6 million kilograms, or the equivalent of 34 blue whales. Laying the entire thing took more than 2 years. How undersea cables break. It is inevitable that at some point these cables will fail, despite the fact that they are continually being upgraded to incorporate more cutting-edge technology and are getting stronger. According to Telegeography, a business that specializes in market research and consultation for the telecommunications industry, the majority of damage to underwater cables is caused by human activities, such as fishing and anchoring. You may have heard that sharks are known to bite cables, but bites like this have not been responsible for a single cable problem since 2007, the business claims. You may have heard that sharks are known to bite cables. In recent years, a variety of academics have attempted to use these underwater cables to detect and anticipate earthquakes. However, in reality, seismic movements themselves are one of the biggest adversaries of these cables, because they are one of the main causes of damage to the cables. In 2006, a significant earthquake that occurred in the southwest of Taiwan broke 8 of these cables, which had an impact on various countries in Asia. It is both a costly and time-consuming operation to repair wires that have been damaged by being submerged in water. When they do break, the operator of the telecommunications system needs to locate the site of the failure, bring the damaged piece to the surface, and then replace it with a new segment of cable. If they continue to break, the operator will need to repeat this process. In order to keep a connection that is strong and steady in practically any part of the world, it is imperative to eliminate the possibility of connection breakdowns occurring. Bobus claims that these cables are indispensable for the transmission of a significant amount of data with a very low degree of lag time, and he bases this claim on his own experience. According to Google Cloud, having a dependable, resilient, and high-capacity network is more important than it has ever been. This is especially true in view of the fact that we are going to have to adjust to a new digital standard as a direct consequence of the COVID-19 issue. Hope you guys enjoyed our video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for more videos. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.